You find yourself venturing into a world that is unfamiliar to you in every single way. All you have to your name is your wits and a broken phone that has no internet. But wait, you have the MidFall podcast in your hands. Here you can listen to the tales of your three hosts, Luis, Josh, and Jared, as they venture through their own creative woes and whatnots. Get ready to be entertained through your wildest dreams as you conquer and face this new threatening world.
All right, welcome to the MidFall podcast, episode 4 of the second season or so. I'm your host for this episode, Josh, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Luis and Jared. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, doing all right.
Doing good.
Yeah, so on this episode, we're going to keep it a little bit short, but Luis does have some announcements to make about some upcoming stuff and things we're working on. What's up, Luis?
So, we're going to have gaming content come out soon, I believe, and we're also going to, well, not I believe, we're going to have this stuff. I don't even know why this announcement has to be like super big, but we're going to have gaming content come out, and we are going to also have, again, shirts are still on the way soon, because we did get everything made. It's just we're still testing samples and stuff like that, but hopefully soon samples will be, or shirts will be available. Gaming content as well, like we said, and just we're gonna keep pumping out this podcast because we do very much enjoy getting together every Tuesday and recording one of these for everybody, even if people watch or not. But what I did want to also mention is that Jared is feeling a little bit under the weather today, so he will just be, a little quieter than normal, as his throat is a little off, but all good. We appreciate him being here anyway, and pulling through like a true trooper like he is. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started, if you guys don't mind, because I do have like some questions for you guys that I had a little prepared. Just to kind of start off with this podcast, I'd like to go ahead and ask you guys to blindly rank some stuff. I do have some subjects that are pretty niche to both of you, but I'm going to also go ahead and include the audience on this one. I'm going to make it first. I'm going to ask Josh.
Yep.
If he could blindly rank from these 5 foods.
All right, bet.
So over here I have the top 25 most popular foods in the world that everyone loves. So out of these 5 foods, go ahead and blindly rank them.
I got this.
All right. So for the first one, I'm going to go ahead and just ask you for sushi.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I don't dislike sushi anymore. I never was a huge fan of it growing up, but I think there are probably 4 better foods that you're going to give me on this, so I'm actually going to put sushi 5. It's still in the top 25, I guess, but for me it's just not number 1, 2, or 3, and it could arguably be 4, but I've had worse sushi than I've had like amazing sushi, because I don't go out and spend money on sushi on a regular, so I'll put it 5.
Sushi number 5. What do you think, Jared? What would you rank sushi at? Or sorry, yeah, where would you rank sushi?
Hard to say, to be honest, because my family, we have a lot of people who are allergic to fish here and seafood in general, so never really got to experience sushi all that much. Out of a list of 25, I'm gonna have to say I put that at 10. I put that at 10. I do enjoy sushi, but obviously my palate's a little surface level, so I can't really say much.
Dope. I'm gonna go ahead and move that up to 5 though, because it is just from 5. So I'm gonna 5.
Lovely.
All right. So now, how do you guys feel about um chicken Alfredo?
Ooh, chicken Alfredo's actually solid. Um, Let me think. Are we saying like this is the fettuccine pasta that's being used, or is it just like any pasta?
Fettuccine.
A noodle, I guess.
Fettuccine.
Yeah, I would probably put that. If we're thinking fettuccine, I'll put that 3. I actually like it. There's definitely better foods, but it's a solid dish if I'm being completely honest. Like, you can't really knock on it too hard. It's a pretty solid dish, especially when done right. Like, I've had a fair share of bad ones, but I've had some pretty good ones. So I'm gonna put that at 3.
I will say that it's easy to make awful. Oh, sorry, it's hard to make awful.
Yeah.
But you can have a lot of subpar ones. The good ones are really good. But yeah, go ahead, Jared.
Honestly, I would rank it exactly the same. 3. Like, it is a solid dish. It's like you just said, it's hard to mess up a chicken Alfredo. There are better ones, but it is still solid. So 3.
All right. This one I'm gonna go a little bit not necessarily, too much of an entree, not necessarily like, filling, but I'm gonna go and ask you guys where would you put a grilled cheese sandwich? And I'm just
Ooh.
talking about a straight grilled cheese. I'm talking 2 slices of bread and cheese. Yes, you can add butter to the pan if you have a little spread, whatever. Go ahead and add that. But I'm not saying like some ham. I'm not saying some tomato or tomato. Sure, if you guys are into that, sure. I'll add a ham, but I feel like that's a ham and cheese sandwich at that point. You can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong about that. Yeah, go ahead. Grilled cheese. What would you rate that?
I actually think I agree. It does make it a ham and cheese sandwich if you just add ham at some point. Like, it might elevate it for some people, but it definitely changes the whole composition of the sandwich, and you have to think about that. But I would actually put this at number 4, mainly because it's not hard. It's hard to mess up this, but it's also simple enough to where I can't put it near the top for me. I know it's above sushi, but I was blindly ranking this, so don't hate on me. But also, I do prefer this over sushi, even though I don't really eat this on the regular either. So I would definitely put this at 4. So I think at the moment I have 3, 4, and 5, and I have 1 and 2 open. But yeah, I kind of like where I put this at 4. Like, it's good, especially if you get the right cheese. There's certain cheeses you can put in this that make it really good. But then also with like the butter thing you mentioned, like how you cook it also matters. But if we're just doing a basic one, I'll put this at 4.
That great. Yeah, dude. Jared, go ahead. Let him know, buddy.
Ooh, so the beauty of a grilled cheese is its ability to be so customizable. Like Josh was already alluding to, certain types of cheeses elevate the sandwich. Adding different types of butter, adding, dare I say, garlic to the sandwich. Oh, lovely. Even a side of tomato soup would be absolutely dilly scrumptious.
Yes, sir. On a cold winter night in the beginning of the year, coming back from a cabin trip with everybody, also buying a slice of cheese, and also eating a brownie cheesecake.
Yes.
Because you're at a cheese farm.
And cats come up to you, trying to talk to you, and yelling at
cats
you.
come up to you. My girlfriend and I, we named one of the cats there that came up to us, whatever, but actually got on her, Dexter. So
Dexter?
whenever we go over there, we're going to go ahead and say hi to Dexter. For you boys, I'm going to go ahead and send the picture in the group chat once I do find it. But I'm going to also go ahead and ask again, Jared, what the ranking was again?
For me, it is going to be a 4, purely because I can't have grilled cheeses all the time. After one, I'm just like, oof, I'm done. I'm done. So is going to be my number 4
Okay,
spot.
okay. You know what? I'm gonna kind of stay in this same realm now because I'm not even gonna go into the list that I have here. I'm just gonna go based on again prior experience. Okay, and I mean, you guys got some pretty decent openings. You know, just your ones and your twos. Curious to see where you rank this one, Jared. Remember, I'm not staying. I don't think I'm gonna stay in the same subject, though. Okay. Breakfast bagels. Where would you
Ooh,
put that?
Jared,
We
you
went
go.
to New York last year, and we had plenty of those New York bagels. And yes, I'm not saying just plain bagels with some cream cheese. I'm talking about what kind of bagel sandwiches would you like to eat, brother? And describe to me what sandwich you get. What order you get?
Okay, let me ask this before I answer your question. Where exactly am I getting this? Is it in general or is it in specific places?
I don't want to be like Bagel Street Cafe. Like, what do you get? Like, let me just say like because at the same time though, let's say from your favorite place. You know, like and because we had some good places over there. So like I know that I would get one. I don't exactly remember the name of the restaurant. Hopefully you guys can refresh my memory, but you know, uh, I know what my order would have been. I would have just changed one thing. That's just the bagel itself.
Well, let's see. If it is from my favorite place. Ooh, this is difficult. This is difficult. Um, well, for starters, I would always go for the simple, the greatest, bacon, egg, and cheese, baby. It is undefeated
Yup.
in that category. But if I were to rank it, ooh,
You got 1 and 2 open, buddy.
you know what? I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say one for
Dope,
that, just because I feel like you can kind of just have it whenever.
dope.
That's a fair assessment. Um,
Yes, sir.
honestly, I did not expect this to come up. I don't. I remember what I ordered when we went to New York, but I don't really know if I would order that again. Cause I ordered like the rainbow, I think is what it was, and it had like avocado, egg, bacon, maybe some sauce or something like that. And it was good. Don't get me wrong, but I would probably go with the same thing as Jared and go with the egg bacon. No, I'm kidding. The bacon, egg, and cheese. There's a little joke about that. We got bagels one day, and one of our friends was freaking out because he didn't know what to order, so he said egg bacon. But
Yeah.
so I would probably go with the bacon, egg, and cheese. But I would probably add something like I don't know what it would be, maybe like a lettuce or something like that, just to cool it down with the acidity, because bacon kind of doesn't sit too right in my stomach if it's cooked like too oily. But otherwise, that would be what I get. I'm not too big into bagels. You guys already know that. I'm not like eating bagels every day. I don't know what I want to order each time. I have to like look at the menu for a little bit. So that would be my
Especially the way that
go-to
you
if I
eat
didn't
them.
know. Exactly. I eat bagels super slow. Like I take my time because it's the bread part for me. There's so much bread from the bagel part that the inner contents, like sometimes I end up eating that part faster than the bread itself. But I would put this at number two if I'm being honest for me because I'm not huge into bagels. But I like that it's at number two because the bagels that I have had at places outside of the house have been pretty good. So I think I'm okay with this being at number two.
Solid, solid.
That is dope. All right. Well, that leaves chicken parmesan. So, I mean, that goes for chicken parmesan, Josh, in the first spot, and then for Jared the second spot.
That's solid.
And I feel like the chicken parm is a solid freaking choice. When it's a good chicken parm, it's a great freaking experience.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Is the part.
I definitely like that. I like where I have that. I think that's a perfect spot for me to, hang up the towel and be like, yeah, I made a decent list. Sushi might be at number five, and people might crucify me for it. But who hasn't been crucified for not liking sushi? I'm not alone. I hope. Yeah,
I'm not a sushi lover either, so I would rank it number 5 as well. So,
yeah.
you take my boy Yish, or Jared, you take us all. So now, kind of, still staying on the same thing. Within like foods, making it easy for everybody. Kind of going through this a little bit quicker this time. So let's blow through this one a little bit quicker, so that we can get to the personalized ones.
Yes.
All right. The desserts is a subject. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you both for creme brulee.
Ooh, I'm not super into it, so I'll put it at 4. It's decent.
Creme brulee at 4. Okay. And Jared?
I put that at 5. But at 5.
So 4 and 5.
Not really my thing.
All right. Now let's go ahead and go to cupcakes.
Ooh, cupcake. I'm gonna put at a good cupcake. I'm gonna put at a 3.
Yeah, same here. I put it at a 3. They're pretty versatile.
Okay.
You can be good.
They are. Oh, they are. What about lemon bars?
I don't even know what that is. That's
Come
a
on,
5.
boys.
I don't know what that is.
Lemon?
I've never had it.
What?
I've never had a lemon bar.
That's so insane.
You were like hyped up. All right, a lemon bar. Never had that in my life.
That's insane. You need to live. Go ahead, Jared.
Well, my pops sometimes makes lemon bars and he likes them a lot. They're alright for me. So I put them at a 4.
Ooh, okay.
I'm at 4.
So that leaves 2 and 1 again. All right. Let's go ahead and go with tiramisu.
Tiramisu goes 2 for me. I've had it before. Not the biggest fan of it, but it's not bad. I don't go out of my way to order this, so 2. I would put this a little bit lower if I could have anticipated this.
That's what blind ranking's all about. Go ahead.
Same here.
2.
Same
All
here.
right.
I'm not a big fan.
It's good,
but
right?
what
Like
it
it's
is.
good. It's not like one of those that we're gonna, like Josh said, we're not gonna go ahead. If there's ice cream as an option, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. If there's a cookie, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. It's because there's better options. Not hating on it at all. It tastes great.
Exactly.
Now that leaves the number 1 spot for donuts.
Oh yeah, 1. I'm liking that.
Oof,
Homemade
yeah.
donuts too?
Yeah.
Those are 1. Oh my god. My dad used to make homemade donuts for us.
Oof.
They're so damn good, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that sounds
It's
fire.
fun. It's a fun thing to do.
It's so fire.
You guys gotta try it. Definitely okay with that big 1.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty. So now, moving on to our personalized ones for you guys. I'd like for you, Mr. Yish, your personalized one. I asked you before this. This man likes basketball. I mean, both these boys like basketball. I'm not much of a fan. Well, I'm not saying I'm not much of a fan of basketball. I like watching it, or I like basketball, but I don't follow it. But they do. So, Jared, if you do want to participate in this one, you can go ahead because you're probably knowledgeable about this as well. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys about the last 10 NBA championships, like the moments and stuff like that from those. So, blindly rank these NBA championships. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and starting off, from more home territory. I believe, in my personal opinion, this is when they kind of blow up more, or when I started recognizing them as a person that doesn't even watch basketball. But 2017, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers. What would you guys think that?
Good one. What do you think? Jared, you want to go?
I'm trying to remember with that one. Was that the 3-1?
No. This is the one we had Kevin Durant I think this is when he might have first joined. This is 2017, 2018, I think.
2017.
Yeah.
From my,
Was it 2016?
Remembering.
No, never mind. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, from what I remember, when Kevin Durant was on the team, it was kind of a mollywop.
Yeah, it was destruction everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember
I'm
that
talking
too.
about 2015.
2015?
That like when I you know, when they were big.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. But the moment that I am talking about for this list is the 2017. To be frank.
Okay. I'd rank it a 3. It's always nice to see the Warriors, win another championship. But at the same time, you kind of want a little competition,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, that's just me.
Yeah. Although I agree, I actually would put this at a 4. Only because it's actually exactly what Jared said. Back then when this stuff was happening, when it was without Kevin Durant, I was like, oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Like, Warriors are winning, blah, blah, blah. Then the Warriors lost, and then they recruited Kevin Durant, and I wasn't really happy about it at first. I kind of didn't like the move because I thought the Warriors were too powerful when they did that. Like, I'm a big fan of things being fair, and I felt like it was unfair. And so that's why I put it at 4. It's a great championship because they won and stuff. It's my team, but I put it at 4 because I just don't like the ramifications that I had. Like, now the league is like very against doing stuff like that. So I put it at 4.
Dude, the freaking RDC world where they did like the LeBron reacting to it. They like the Justice League.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jared. Which one did you choose, or what place did you put it at?
Oh, I put it at 3.
Put it at 3.
I put it at 3.
Just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
I also just found a picture of Jack with the cats. I forget the one that's on her lap. That's Dexter.
Is it the orange one or the white one?
It's the white and gray. There's a white one and there's a gray and white one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I see.
I remember them. I have a picture of the orange one still, I think. It shows up on my feed a little bit on my phone.
That's funny. Alright. So it was 2017. Alright. So now, where would you guys put the 2019 Raptors defeating the Golden State Warriors?
Ooh. That one hurts a little bit. Can't lie.
Yeah.
I would give that a 3 for me. Like, it was meaningful, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put it higher because, injuries, but that happens every finals. But also, like, I felt like our team was just getting injury after injury. Like, Clay coming back. And this isn't even a knock at the Raptors, but, like, what adds to the meaningfulness of it was, like, Clay getting injured and then walking back in to shoot free throws because he didn't know what the injury was, I guess, and he had to knock those free throws down or else he wouldn't be able to check back into the game. So he came back hobbling and knocked down both free throws, I think. So that was pretty meaningful to me, not just the Raptors winning, but also just everything that happened was pretty meaningful. So I'll put that at number 3, mainly because of everything, not just the people that won.
Okay. Jared?
I guess I'd put that at a 4. Yeah, I think I'll put that at a 4. I feel like once it was starting to hit like around that point, kind of the 2020s onward, you started to notice. I wouldn't call it a decline, but like you definitely noticed that the Warriors had less of a grip on like the entire like NBA itself. Like, when they were big, they were big. Everyone was freaking talking about them, just how much of a powerhouse they were. But it was around, I feel like it was around that time, or maybe even like a little bit further, where you started to notice that kind of presence in the NBA wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Makes sense. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the. How about this? 2023, last year, Denver Nuggets defeated the Miami Heat.
Let me think. So I've put 3 and 4 so far.
Yes.
Jared, you go. I need to think. What are my options?
Yeah, because you're pulling from the last 10 years, so.
Yeah. From what I remember, it was pretty back and forth. I think. Maybe.
Josh?
I think the Nuggets won 5 or 6. Let me check.
Yeah.
They won in 5, yeah, but it was fairly close for some of the games.
Yeah, that's true. Jeez, I don't even really know, to be honest. I kind of want to give it like a 5, but at the same time, I'm just. Yeah, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5 just purely because I wasn't really paying attention to that championship when it was kind of going through. When the Warriors got knocked out of the playoffs, I was just like, all right, that's the season, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I'd probably rank it 5 for me too. Somewhat the same reason I didn't really pay attention to this one too much. I watched most of it. I had a friend who was cheering for the Nuggets, but I wasn't a Nuggets fan, of course. I don't know if it was their very first championship, but I know it was their first for like Jokic, their star player. So I'm happy for that. But also, I'm not going to say which team, but there's one team that if you bring this team up, I would put it at 5 instantly. But for now, I'm going to put this at 5. Hopefully, the team I'm thinking of doesn't show up. But yeah, I'll put this at 5.
Okay. So now we got, again, the 1 and 2 spot open.
Yeah. We're pretty risky.
I had it. Okay, how about this? 2020. The Lakers defeated the Miami Heat.
I'm gonna go 2. If I'm being honest, the reason why I'm putting this 2, I would probably put this at 2 no matter what was below it. Mainly because of the storyline for it. That was, I wouldn't say fabricated, but the storyline with like Kobe and stuff like that, it just gave the championship that meaning. And I know some people might not like that, but it simply did give the championship that much meaning because it was in honor of him and stuff. I would probably just keep it at 2. It's not like the best championship in the world. It had some hardships. We went through COVID and stuff like that. People try to discount it, but it happened. They won. I'll put it at 2. I can accept 2.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on what you were saying there. I put it at the same spot too. Plus, it's always nice to see a California team win, even though it's just LeBron. But whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So then that leaves me to my last one, which I just kind of alluded to earlier, but 2015 Golden State Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh yeah, that's one. That's one for sure. That's the first one, isn't it? It's the first one the Warriors won with Curry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's number 1. That's
easy.
I think that's the year I started watching basketball, but I wasn't like super into it. But that was the year I started watching. It was that one in 2016 that I really started watching basketball.
Because you used to be kind of like liking volleyball.
Yeah.
Like prior to that more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, I fucked with that ranking for the last one. See, the one I was hoping you wouldn't say was the most recent one with the Boston Celtics, which I'm so glad you didn't say because I would have been so pissed if I had to put that at 2 and 1.
So
I was so pissed.
My last 3, I was between the Denver Nuggets. Instead of that one, I was gonna ask you guys when the Warriors in 2022 when the Warriors defeated Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if
let
it
me ask
was,
you that, guys. This. How about this? 2015 or 2022?
yeah, 2022.
That's a better moment for you.
Yeah, it is.
Feels
Just
better.
all the doubters, all the haters, they were really shut up with that one.
Okay. What about you, Jared? Same thing.
For me, I would say 2015. I would say 2015.
Both sides of the coin. Nice. All right. So now this is a little bit more personalized for Jared. Also, a little kind of like fun fact about him. He, is into shoes. So once these pictures start coming out, once more content starts coming out, stuff like that, especially on the Instagram, stuff like that, he's gonna be one of our main models because he's a good-looking fella, tall, tan, and handsome. And
6'7".
Tan and handsome.
Thanks.
6'7", yeah, exactly. And there's two things that are gonna happen for content for Josh and Jared. And that's gonna be one, they're gonna have to spar boxing or just go through one of my training programs to see who makes it, through better. And I'm gonna have to see like a game of basketball between the two of them because I have felt Josh's basketball skills and he is a slight menace. Not a slight menace. He wrecked me, but yeah.
He's gonna cook me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He's gonna cook me.
You guys can double team me. Pause.
All right, you take the front, I take the back. All right.
Yeah, brother.
So back to it. One of his things are shoes. So specifically, I asked him between what brands to pick from. So again, Josh, if any of these seem familiar to you, you can also go ahead and look up the image as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google
Just
it.
to see it. All right, between Nike and Air Jordan, where would you rank the Air Max 97s?
Sevens. I actually have an older pair of 97s that I wear from time to time. I really like the shoes. I really like them. Would I say they're my favorite? Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 3. They can be good.
I like them.
They can kind of be meh, but overall they're a good shoe. They're a good shoe. So I put them at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them too.
I've never worn these, but I've seen them and I've seen friends wear them. I would probably give them a 4. They look good. I just never had them before, so I can't rank them higher than ones that I've seen or felt before.
You said 2, right, Jared?
I said 3
sorry.
for
My
mine.
bad.
Oh, good.
Because I'm also looking up an image of it because I don't know how all of these, but yeah, they look cool. I've always kind of wanted to. I've always liked the way they looked. Would never saw myself wearing them, but now that I wear more gym casual, I guess I can definitely see myself wearing them now.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, I might have to pick myself up a pair. Okay, how about this? And before we get going, or before we continue, I'd like for you boys to also, give you guys the option to move your ranking because I am picking from 2 things. I'm gonna go ahead and add one more option, so it's gonna be 1 through 6. Would you guys like to move your thing, or would you guys like to keep it where it is?
Keep
Move it to 5 then.
3 and 4. You're gonna move it to 5. All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna go to Jordan's. Jared, where would you put the Air Max 6 or the Jordan 6s?
The Jordan 6s. Well, I don't have a pair of Jordan 6s. The closest I have are the 7s. But just overall design, and from what I've heard, they're not that great.
I like those.
So, personally, I'd put them at a 6.
Yeah, they look kind of big.
Yep, I'll do the
But
same
they
thing.
were
I
from
don't
a time.
like big shoes.
These were definitely some Justin Bieber type era shoes.
Blech.
Not really, but you know what I mean. Back in that time. You said 6, correct, Jared?
Yeah.
Josh? 6 as well?
Yeah.
Alright. Going back up to Nike. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Jared, what you think about those Vapor Maxes, bro?
Vapor Maxes. Not too sure.
Do you see yourself wearing those? Would you ever wear them?
Probably not.
I've been told that they're
Probably
pretty
not.
comfortable. I have been told from the people that like them at the time that they were popular, like the most poppin', probably about 21, 22. Yeah, people really enjoyed them.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't question if they're comfortable or not. I mean, they look pretty cool for what they are. For me though, I would probably put them at a 5. Yeah, I don't know. They're just not my style.
Alright,
Shoes.
Josh.
Yeah, I'd put these at my 4 slot. I wish I didn't move the first one from 4 to 5 because this would have been my 5. But this is going to be in 4 since it's the lowest one I have. I'm not a huge fan of them either.
Now, moving on to some better options. What do you think of the Jordan 1, Jared?
Well, obviously is one of the most iconic shoes out there. As a shoe itself, I think it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid shoe. Obviously, the later iterations helped to kind of build it into different formats, different sizes, different shapes. But for me, I would give it a 2. I would give it a 2, just purely because of impact, and also I have 3 or 4 pairs of that type of shoe in different colors. So yeah, pretty solid.
And you, Yish?
I agree. I'll put that too. I think just the whole shoe in general over the years, it's been one that I've seen a lot. And I always liked it. I never hated on it at all. So I'll put it at 2. I've never owned a pair. But if I owned a pair, it could change that ranking. But I'd keep it at 2 for now just because of what I know so far. I like the shoe and the way it looks.
Alright, so now somewhat similar style, but in the low top version and the Nike variant. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys about the Nike Dunks. To me, these seem like the Nike low top variant. That's just me. But
That's so wrong. Josh, you wanna take this one?
I have my 3 and my 1 open.
ooh,
This is the Nike
specifically these are the
What's up?
Nike Dunks.
The low dunk. The
Specifically
low dunk
the
low,
ones
right?
Yeah, dunk lows. Yeah, I'm talking about dunk lows. If you boys would like to also go ahead and check out my screen share, these are the ones I'm looking at. These look mighty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. These
Have
look
like a
dope.
suede feel to it, or the
Sir.
textured feel. Let me think, because if it's 1 or 3, and I don't know what you're gonna put next. If I'm being honest, I might put this 1 because I actually do like this looks wise better than the last one we just had. I think it was the Jordan 1s you said.
Yes, sir.
Looks wise, I like this one a little bit better. It's a lot more my style in terms of I could wear this. I could see myself buying this and wearing this. So I would actually put this number 1 because I could see myself wearing this shoe more likely than the Jordan 1s. Plus, I know the Pandas are like big for non-sneakerheads. Like everybody and their mama gets the Pandas as like their first shoe or something like that.
Yep.
Like quite literally their mom too.
And you turn.
I agree with what Josh was saying. It is really such a casual shoe to go with. Like literally anybody can put on some Dunks. For me, I kind of have a little bit of a hit or miss with dunks purely because the sizing can be a little weird. It's not as form fitting as other Nike shoes that I've experienced. So for me, I'm gonna put them at a 4. They can be a hit. Don't get me wrong, but for me, it's not really a shoe that I look to get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys for the last Jordan. What do you guys think about the 11s? Well, actually, I'm gonna ask you guys for your opinion, but you only have one spot to fill. Yeah.
What's my last spot again? Was it
Your
my 3?
last spot, Yish, is 3, and then Jared's last spot was 4. But for your opinions on these.
They look alright. I'm not a huge fan of them, so I'm okay with them being 3, to be honest. I wouldn't wear these necessarily myself unless I could see a fit with it, or a few fits.
Yeah, the thing about Jordan 11s is that they're very specific on what kind of outfits you would wear with them. From what I remember, the design of the 11s was supposed to be almost kind of like a fancy shoe. Like you can wear it with like suits and whatnot, and it'll kind of like work together. Honestly, I'm okay with that being in like my number 1 spot. I'm chill with that. I think they're pretty good shoes. I think they can look very clean with the right stuff. And yeah, I'm cool with it.
That's fair.
Well, that's great. Oh, cool. Sorry, I apologize for that long silence. I realized I was muted. But that's great.
Oh, good.
It's like, why is everyone
sounds
talking
cool.
over me? What the hell's going on?
It's great. I mean, that's what happens, right? We said that this was going to be a shorter episode, and that's how long it took us kind of to do just the one subject. Is there any kind of thing that you guys would like to go ahead and add to this one?
I think we could call it here for this episode and then save the rest of the topics we had saved for the next one.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Anything that you wanted to go ahead and add for today as well, Jared? Little.
No, not necessarily. Stay in school would be cool.
Hug your friends.
Yeah.
Hug your parents. Hug your pillows
Yeah.
Exactly.
and your dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Make sure you know you
Cats.
love them. Yes.
Exactly.
Especially Dexter.
Especially, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, especially
If you
Dexter.
happen to pass
Especially
by the
Dexter.
Oakdale Cheese Farm in California, that is a good place if you guys go road tripping down to Yosemite or something like that. Obviously not a plug, whatever at all, but we like to go there from time to time. And from time to time, I mean like twice back when we lived close. I'm giving up so much information. So yeah, appreciate everyone tuning in to this episode. Hopefully whoever did tune in liked the list, and especially for the first 2 felt like was able to participate. Hopefully we can revisit this subject, and yeah, we'll go ahead and catch everybody else. Again, gaming content, stuff like that coming out soon. The shirt's still kind of testing and all that kind of stuff, but they are on the way. And just content in general. So just keep on staying with us, please. Alrighty. Have a good one.
Sure.
Like, subscribe, comment, everything else. Catch you on the next one. And goodbye.
Peace.
Peace.